So you wonder why they called you bitch. I bet you. One reason, because you was a third party when you met him. You a fifth party now, and you're gonna be a third party when he leave you. And that's why they called you bitch. Wonder why they called you bitch.
Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Look here, Miss Stank, ain't the salt you can't. You some money, younger woman, and you need a check. In the locker room, all homie do was laugh. High fives, cause another nigga played your ass. It was said you was easy, even easy. Sleeping is bad for what you need. See, it's your thing, and you can shake it how you wanna. Give it up free, or let your money on the corner. But don't be bad, play your game, get mad, check. Then you wonder why some motherfuckers call your name. Still looking for a way out, and that's okay. I can see you in the streets, a way out. Keep your mind in your feet, and roll in school, and if the years pass by, you can shoot them fools. But you ain't trying to hit it, get you stuck. You're heading for the bathroom, to get tossed up. Still looking for a bitch, man. You dug a ditch, got your legs up, trying to get rich. I love you like a sister, but you need to switch, and that's why they called you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. You leave your kids with your mama cause you're heading for the club in the skin tight mini skirt, looking for some love, got the legs wide. I don't know why you're sitting at the bar, talking to some nigga about his car. I guess he said he had a Lexus. What's next? I passed 5K and hold back tears aside, cause Lord knows for years I tried, and all the other people on my block hate your guts. Then you wonder why they scared and call you son. It's like your mind don't understand. You don't have to kill your dreams, pop schemes on the man, keep your head up.
Morning.
And niggas wouldn't call you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. I betcha. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. I guess time's getting hard, even harder for you. Cause hey now, got a baby on the way now. More money from the county, and thanks to the welfare. You will get your hair done. You got a dinner date, can't be late. Trick or treat, sweet thing, got another trick to me. Wait, did it was smooth, blocking while he giving you. So baby, didn't roll. I should've seen it in the first case. The first case, I should've never come to back in the first place. I remember back in high school, baby, you was fast straight sets when you move your ass. But now things change, but you don't look the same. Let the ghetto get the best of your baby, that's a shame. Go HIV, and now you're probably deceased. And finally be in peace. So where your niggas at now? Cause everybody left they set and left you on your own. See, I love you like a sister, but you died too quick. And that's why I called you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. Why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why we call you bitch. My bitch, bitch. You wonder why we call you bitch. You wonder why we call you bitch. My bitch, bitch. You wonder why we call you bitch. You wonder bitch. Dear Mr. Lawrence Tucker, keep stressing me. Really fucking with a motherfucking mind. I figured you wanted to know, why I'm calling all the bitches. Maybe this might hurt you understand. It ain't personal. Strictly business. Strictly business. So if you wonder why we call you bitch, you wonder why we call.
Alright, so I clearly played that for a reason. This is up to all my ladies, divine feminine, or just straight up street rats. I don't care if you spreading that punani out to everybody in the greater Chicago area. If you give it to everybody in Manhattan, everybody in Brooklyn. or if you ain't giving it to nobody but that one man that you married to, you need to get tested at least once every 6 months, or at least once a year. I promise you, if there's a dude out there saying he fucking your husband, he fucking your husband. And he probably ain't the only one. And you know it deep down in the pit of your soul that the man's telling the truth. I don't care how many times your husband says, I ain't gay, I ain't no faggot, I ain't on no gay shit. That man is on some gay shit. And even if he ain't on no gay shit, HIV can be spread through fucking heterosexual sex as well. There's no reason why anybody should be dying from HIV nowadays. Pure ignorance is the only reason. This right here, one pill a day. You'll never even know you have it. You'll never die from it, and you can't give it to anybody else. But it's the ignorance of not wanting to know whether or not you have it is why people are still dying and people are still spreading shit around. It's to somebody else, or maybe even to the same person. Bitch, you ain't his twin. You is a fucking low down, dirty third party hoe from North Carolina. I don't care if he met you in Chicago or he met you in North Carolina or if he met you in fucking Timbuktu. Your bitch ass is a fucking prostitute from North Carolina. You ain't his twin. And you're never going to be his twin. You can copy their twins' look, their fucking voice, their mannerisms. You can copy their gift that you don't have, which he now knows you don't have it. You're never going to be the twin because you cannot copy energy, especially energy of somebody who is truly authentically themselves and don't give a fuck about trying to impress somebody. When you are who you are who you say you are, and you don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it, that is true, authentic, pure energy that cannot be copied. And bitch, you can't copy me. To another bitch, you need to stop worrying about your dude's side piece matching your lipstick and be worried about getting rid of that VD that she matching. Leo. See, zebras don't change their stripes. Snakes only shed their skin to become bigger snakes. If the man has cheated on you and been cheating on you since day one, bitch, you know he a snake, you know he a hoe, you know he's a zebra. And ain't never ever gonna change. And also, if the man could not control himself enough to stop from giving you HIV, then you should know he ain't never gonna stop cheating on you. So either be a woman about it, or fucking get the fuck out the relationship. Because you're wasting his life and yours. Gemini. And to the one who just got it this summer, bitch, I ain't fucked you. I ain't been fucked by you. You got it from my motherfucking ex that you thought it was so fucking funny and cute to be fucking like, oh, let me go fuck his ex. That'll hurt him. That'll show him. And you got played and you got shown your damn self. Now you got a fucking friend you'll never get rid of because you're a petty, vindictive little bitch. Sagittarius. But I was actually talking to Taurus when I was saying that one. Capricorn. Libra. And give me one more. Cancer. That's who you got it from, motherfucker. You got it from the motherfucking Cancer. I tried and tried and tried when you ghosted me to warn you. Leo ain't on the meds and Cancer ain't on the meds. You didn't want to answer me. Didn't want to respond. You wanted to pretend to still play that motherfucking lie. You the only dude I've ever been with. I ain't good. I ain't never been with no other dude. Knowing damn well I ain't never believed a fucking syllable that came out of your mouth from day one. Well, I tried to love you. I tried to be a good person and warn you. Not even out of jealousy. I was really concerned about your health. You wouldn't listen. Well, now you wouldn't mess you in because you're petty and vindictive and childish. And it could have very possibly happened in June that you left my happy ass on the side of the motherfucking road 3 hours away from wherever the fuck you got it from. Ain't no way in hell I could have given it to you. Taurus. Kim. Uganda. Kurt. Just stop and breathe. Rachel. Ricky. Been trying to tell you from day one. Trust no one. They're all involved. See, when you a twin, there's only 144,000 twins. When you are an authentic, true, anointed twin flame, the rest of the world is jealous. And they will do anything to stop you from being with your twin and stop you from getting up in your life's purpose and serving the mission and the anointing that was put on your life. The devil is going to send every agent, every fiery arrow after you to stop you from being obedient to God. Everyone in your life is now an enemy because they know you're a twin. Judy, Darnell, Friday, South Dakota, Betty, Ohio. That's where the fuck you got it at. It was in Ohio. Maine, BJ, Beth. They do moon magic on you. Will you marry me? Jerome. Second King 6-6. Brandon. Egypt. And January. See, and that's another part of the reason why a certain person's karma is really hitting them like a ton of bricks. The tower fell on top of them because they knew they were a twin. They knew who their twin was, but they thought somehow, some way, they could just go out and fucking wave their dick all around fucking downtown Chicago, fucking downtown Manhattan, and give it to anybody, smoke all the dope they wanted to smoke, drink all the alcohol they wanted to drink, live their life completely out of control, and have no consequences. All the while, denying who their twin really was, acting like they didn't even fucking know him. Knowing damn well they was in love with him the entire time. That's why the tower fucking fell and knocked you straight in your motherfucking nut. Right to fucking your forehead. Could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or that's the reason why you denied your twin, was to kiss up to a fucking Gemini. Or Aquarius, actually. Or Libra. Actually, all three of them. There's a very predominant Libra, Gemini, and an Aquarius in your life. And you was trying to make all of them happy instead of listening to what your heart and soul knew to be true. Earth sign. It's all coming back to bite you now, though. Yeah. Trust and believe. God has shown me you in your car alone crying. And He's also let me know why you're crying. It didn't have to be this way. But you were given every chance you were given to stand up and do the right thing and stop being a coward and go back and make things right. You refused to do it. You refused to open up your heart. So you got nobody to be mad at but your damn self. Well, maybe possibly that prostitute from North Carolina might want to be mad at her. But again, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault you hate yourself for being bisexual except you. If you'd open up your heart and extend it to yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, and then learn how to love other people, you could get over some shit and actually start walking in your purpose. Yes. Anything can be restored, no matter how far you go. But the further you walk away from your anointing, from your alignment on your path, or the further you walk away from a connection, a relationship, or anything that God's told you to do, yes, you could still go back, you could still restore it, you could mend it, but the further you walk away, the longer it takes to get back. So the choice is yours. And somebody really needs to think about their family and the fact that if they would go get on the meds, because somebody needs to get on the meds. If you're on the meds, you will not die from the shit, and you could live another 50 years and no one even know you have it unless you told them. But if you're on the meds, you will be healthy and you won't be contagious. So you won't be passing the shit around and creating more challenges for yourself. And you'll be around to watch your kids graduate high school, get married, have kids of their own. There's so much you're going to miss out on because you're too busy getting fucking drunk, getting high, and hating yourself and everybody around you and pointing the finger and, oh, it's their fault. It's not my fault. It's their fault. Fuck the one-armed man. You're the one that fucking smoked the crack. You're the one that drank the alcohol, and you're the one that sucked your dick at people. And you're the one going around town fucking lies after lies after lies. Let go, heal, forgive, and learn how to operate from love. Step up and lead, Capricorn. Focus on the positive, Sagittarius. So you could be a Capricorn, you could be a Sagittarius, or fuck the signs. Someone's being called to step up, walk away from their past, and walk into their purpose. Someone was meant to be a leader. Someone's a natural born leader, and they're too busy fucking sucking dick and smoking crack to do what the fuck they're meant to do. That somebody is being asked to focus on the positive, change their life around, and step up and be that leader they were meant to be from birth. Believe in your good luck, Sagittarius. So I could be talking to a Sagittarius, I guess. Or somebody with a Capricorn or a Sagittarius moon in the chart. Someone is very blessed. God loves someone very much. I mean, he loves all of us, but I try to, be blunt, but also I'm just trying to wake people up. I know I'm very blunt. I try to be funny sometimes, and I know not everyone gets my humor. But the shit I be saying the shit to myself in the mirror. I'm not judgmental. I got the shit my damn self. But I chose to be healthy and get on the pills to where I can't give it to nobody else and I won't die from the shit. Now there was a point in my life when I was fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Linda, Bobby, Ray, Joe, Sue down the street. Well, not really. I ain't never really been into women. But I was out fucking. I was out smoking crack. I was out getting drunk. I've done all that shit. And this is one of the crosses I bear because of the poor choices I made. Just trying to save somebody else from fucking going through what I went through. And somebody I care very much about and gave all the love I could give them. It breaks my heart that at the end of the day, they chose to walk away and walk the exact same fucking path that I did. It sucks. Leave the past behind, Capricorn. I'm definitely talking to a Sagittarius because here's another Sagittarius card. See the bigger picture. Somebody needs to get their head out of their own ass and realize that their life directly affects everyone around them, and your life directly affects people that aren't even born yet. Your purpose, your mission in life, you're meant to do something that will affect people that aren't even born yet. That's how important you are. That's how special you are, and that's how much God loves you. There are people that aren't even breathing, that have not been born yet, that what you do, the choices you make, will matter for their lives. Let your fears dissolve, Cancer. Reveal what needs to be seen, Scorpio. Somebody really just needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror and stop lying to themselves. See yourself as God sees you. See yourself for the bullshit that you're trying to fucking cover up. Expose it. Reveal it to yourself. Ask for forgiveness from God. Forgive yourself and release that shit into the fucking universe and replace it with something positive and work through your feelings. Aries. You gotta feel it to heal it. But if you just keep getting fucking high and drunk and just keep avoiding it and keep pretending like it's not there, putting a fucking band-aid on a fucking bullet wound, all you're doing is putting yourself in an early grave. Or dooming yourself to a life of loneliness. Because yeah, that shit's cute at 25. Shit ain't cute at 55. And someone was meant to shine in this lifetime. You are dimming your own light by believing the enemy and believing the lies from hell. You need to start listening to the voice of God and let that light shine. You're meant to do something very, very important in this life. I'm freaking out. The ex I just left shot himself in the hand to get me to come back there. And oh, wow. Don't blame yourself for that shit. That ain't your fault. That was his own stupidity. And anyone that's that codependent, all they were going to do was they were going to destroy the years of your life that you chose to believe the bullshit they were telling you. That man didn't shoot himself on purpose. That was a fucking accident. That was all a ploy just to get you to fucking succumb to what he wanted you to do. So don't let that shit bother you, and do not blame yourself for that. And if you have been, forgive yourself and love yourself, because that man needed help you couldn't provide for him. Only Jesus could have helped that man. Let's get some spirit animals. Cobra. Change is inevitable, but with it comes the chance to shed a burden. I know the unknown is scary. And we all, especially when you've suffered deep traumatic trauma, especially early on in life and childhood, you kind of form your identity around that trauma. So there's fear and it's scary to heal that trauma and release it when it's become such a huge part of who you are. But I promise you, if you can step out into the great unknown and release that trauma and let all that pain go, the person that will be, you're going to like that person so much more than you like the existing one that's still fucking carrying around 1,000 pounds worth of pain and sorrow. That person that releases and lets go and steps out into the great unknown, that person is going to be so much happier and successful than you're gonna be glad that you shed those burdens. Rhinoceros, still the chatter within to see your true path in life. Someone needs to meditate more. And someone does need to reach out to some special friends. The ones that can look you in the face and call you on your bullshit, but still love you, and hug you and be there for you through the hard times. That's the ones you need to talk to. Because we all need to fucking be smacked across the face when we wallow in self-pity. And I don't mean physically. I'm not into violence or anything. I'm just saying the wounds of a friend are so much greater than the lies of an enemy. The kisses of an enemy, I think is how the Bible puts it. It's Proverbs, I know that. Banish loneliness by reaching out to a special friend. Friends will tell you the truth even when it hurts. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. You just made my whole day. But foes, frenemies, they'll lie to you and tell you, oh, it's cool. We can get drunk tonight. We ain't got to work till noon. We can get high. We can do this. We can do that. They're going to drag you down because they don't even love themselves. So anyone who will lie to your face is not someone who deserves to be in your life. And you're fucking yourself every time, every minute you let someone like that stay in your presence. And you're fucking yourself every time you walk away from someone who told you the truth, even when it hurt. Because they loved you enough to tell you the fucking truth. They weren't trying to hurt you. They were trying to get you fucking to wake up and get your shit together. Raven, listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. Someone's a poet and they're really good at it too. They have no self-confidence because they built their social circle around people who stroke their ego instead of people who actually will say the truth and help them actually heal. This person just likes to be fucking center of attention. They'll do anything for clap. They like to have their ego stroked, and when their ego gets bruised, they want to take revenge on somebody instead of realizing that that's actually a person that really gives a fuck about them. Hummingbird, turn away from infidelity so that love may blossom. You're never going to know true love as long as you're stroking your ego and making choices from your ego and your pride. Let that ego die so you can live. Wolf, listen to your inner wisdom and enjoy the gift of freedom. There really is freedom in vulnerability. Being vulnerable is nothing to be afraid of. B, Hard work is rewarded with responsibility and sweetness that is shared. Yeah, it's hard to heal. It's hard to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you are a low down dirty shame. But we can change. But if you do the work, the reward is so much greater. And not only are you going to heal yourself, you're going to help others around you heal because they're going to see the change in you. They're going to see, you're going to start motivating and inspiring people because they know who you used to be and they see who you're becoming. Eagle, create your vision. Your life is now. Every moment you waste in the streets, you waste drunk, you waste high, or you waste in some bitch's bed, you're not even going to remember her name the minute you get your clothes on and fucking leave her house or his house. Every moment wasted like that is a moment you could have created a vision that could have changed the world. And one day you're going to look back and wish you would have taken the time to create a vision and followed it when you had the chance. And Mountain Goat. Fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide up from faithfulness. There's real love, true love. It flows. You don't have to fight. Now, fight each other or fight the connection. Sometimes you might have to fight the outside world that wants to come in and try and divide you guys or separate you guys. But as far as the two of you go, a true, authentic, godly love or godly connection, a true love shared between two people who genuinely, authentically love each other, it flows. It flows naturally. There is no struggle. There is no reason to fight. You don't have to. Anyone who's ever met someone who just appeared to have fallen out of the sky and you guys just came together like that and there was no struggle whatsoever, it's like you guys knew each other since 10 lifetimes ago, that's true love. But when you have to fight about who's going to wash the dishes, when you got to fight about who's going to wear the pants, you got to fight about what you're going to have for dinner, when you're fighting about every fucking little thing in your life, that is a karmic. That is not love. That is a lesson. Learn the fucking lesson and move the fuck on so you can get to your happy. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, please give me a message to go to help. Show me what I need to see to deliver this message in its entirety. Can't make it up. Somebody really needs to go through an ego death. They need to do the shadow work. And God has been trying to let them go at it at their own pace. But someone's about to get set the fuck down. And God's about to put somebody through the dark night of the soul. And they're going to, that ego is going to die whether they like it or not. God was just trying to do it, to let them go through it the easy way. But they're fighting it so hard and they're holding on so tight to that old shadow, their shadow side. God's gonna knock them the fuck out, give them a spiritual spanking, and that ego is gonna die. But at the end of it, and it's gonna be hard for about 3 to 4 months. But when you get through it, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror, and you're not gonna recognize yourself, but in a good way. And you're gonna be so glad that it happened. Because you're going to be 10 times better than you were before when you were still clutching on to these pearls. That greed, that pride, that ego. Somebody could live in the Southwest or the western part of the United States, or somebody could live in Africa. Turquoise, green, orange, and red are significant. Someone's born in April. Somebody has the potential to be an upright King of Swords, a lawful man of integrity, a man who cares about righteousness, who cares about right versus wrong, who cares about justice. God is trying to turn someone into an upright King of Swords, a man who will fight the hard fight for the justice of all, and who will stand in their integrity, and who will tell the truth, and who will fight for justice for people he doesn't even know. But right now, they're in their shadow, and they're operating out of narcissistic fucking tendencies. And they know it too. The message has been delivered. They've heard God tell them exactly who they are and exactly how to become who he always meant for them to be. But I get that from the owl there. This person has the knowledge, but this person just only cares about what's right in front of their face and what's best for their ego. Somebody could live in the mountains. Somebody actually, they're really fashionable. They care about their appearance, which there's nothing wrong with that. But this person does have a good fashion sense about them. They're a masculine male, or we'll say metrosexual. This person could be bi-curious or, whatever, but you'd never know it unless they told you. I mean, this guy's masculine, but he really knows how to dress. And he also knows how to cut you and hide the body, and no one ever find out. This guy's a jack of all trades. He really is. He's a very special person, but he's too busy fucking caring about himself and not worrying about the people around him or how to better his life. God's trying to give him an Ace of Pentacles, but he can't see beyond his ego to realize what God's got hanging out here in the forefront if he would just focus on tomorrow instead of yesterday. He was actually already walking in his Ace of Pentacles, but someone spoke a truth to him and it bruised his ego, and he went running back to the past. But I think the past has kicked his ass enough now to where and he's had time to reflect on that Ace of Pentacles that he was walking in and how much better his life was when he was walking that path. And now he's not even looking. He's just falling. He's letting it all go, falling it back, and he's actually taking that leap of faith. And he's not. He doesn't care. He knows whatever is whatever's at the bottom of this drop is better than what the fuck he's living now. He's tired of other people controlling him. He's tired of being emasculated. He's tired of a woman beating on him in private. He's tired of not having any money, or anytime he gets money, that bitch wants it for what she wants and he can't spend nothing on himself. He's tired of being around superficial, fake ass people that don't give a fuck about him except for what he can do for them. At one point, he was actually walking with someone, or he was around genuine, authentic people who genuinely loved him and cared about his well-being and didn't even care about what he had to offer. They actually cared about who he was as a person and just him being there in the present. Like, they actually cared about his presence and not his wallet. And I do think he is now finally starting to do the shadow work, or he will here soon, because he wants to get back to at least that one person who they may have hurt his feelings, or they may have bruised his ego, and he ran as fast as he could away from them. But now, when he looks back, or when he hears their laugh in his head, but they're nowhere to be found, he misses that person so much, because he knows that person actually really gave a fuck about him. just took me a little while. He got lost for a little while. See, the Queen of Swords, that's this person's divine counterpart. She will defend. Most people call her a bitch, but she's just a strong, independent woman or feminine who is not afraid to stand up and fight for the people she loves and for what she believes is right. She will go hard for what she believes to be right, and she will protect the people she loves. That sword that she holds so near and dear, and that she fights the good fight with, she can lift you and she can protect you with this sword, but she could turn on you and she could cut your fucking throat with it, all just in the same breath. This bitch is a savage, but she's a savage with a big heart, and she'll go as hard as you allow her to go for you. But don't count her kindness for weakness, because she will cut you. Someone thought this person's kindness made them stupid. They actually went into a connection, or they went into a friendship with ill intentions, because they had never met somebody so authentic and so true and so genuine. That their kindness to this person was stupidity, and that when they first met, this person's like, "Oh, that's a lick. I'm gonna lick that one. That's mine because I licked it," type shit. And now they're all in their head because there was nothing weak about this person. This person's probably one of the strongest people that this person that was going to use them has ever met. And they fucked around and found out that just because someone is kind and authentic and genuinely cares about the people in their circle does not make them stupid, and it doesn't make them weak. And now the person that was going to use them and had bad intentions, they're all in their fucking head because they actually wish they could be more like that person, and they definitely hate the fact that they lost that person in their everyday life. They could have actually done something illegal to this person too, because they listened to the wrong people. They listened to a bunch of petty, childish people who were lying on this person, were slandering this person, character assassination, and because this King of Swords in reverse lacked the courage to stand up for what he believed in and actually stand up for what's right and actually fight this person's honor, because he knew that the person they were talking shit about was a good person and everything they were saying was a lie. But he lacked the courage to stand up against a group of people, so he just joined them and started talking shit and spreading the same lies and rumors that these motherfuckers were spreading, knowing damn well everything he was saying was a fucking lie, and he was actually saying it against somebody he actually really cared about and admired. I think it's one of the reasons why he got so lost, because he knew the shit he did was unjustifiable, and he didn't want to fucking, he couldn't handle it. He had to be numb. And when you go day after day after day, being completely out of your mind, drunk or high, a month later you turn around and you don't know who you are or what day it is or where the fuck you at. Like I said a minute ago, or a little while at the beginning of the reading, everyone makes mistakes. We all fall off course at some point in our life. But the longer you stay off course and the more steps you walk away from your purpose in life, your destined path, the more steps and the more effort you got to put in to get back. Doesn't mean you can't get back. It just means it takes longer to get back. And that's where this person's at now, realizing how fucking much time they wasted. And now they're having the fight of their life trying to get back to a place where they were on track to, I don't want to say it that way, because they could still get right back to where they was. They just got to believe it, they got to have faith, and they got to be willing to keep putting that one foot in front of the other until they get back to that path. Because the choices they made it's not going to be an easy walk back. They're going to have to fight for it. If they really want it, if they love themselves and they love the purpose and the life they know God has for them, they're going to have to fight with everything they've got. But they know that they can get back there. They know that that handsome knight in shining armor is sitting at with those roses waiting on them. And if he has to, he'll get on the horse and go get them. Or woman, I mean, depending on how it resonates. But he knows there's someone that may not be waiting on them, like they didn't stop their whole life and where's my boo? Where's my twin? No, they're still thriving and they're still walking in their purpose, but they're still praying for this person and they've got every bit of hope and faith that that person, no matter what battle they're struggling with, they will one day be walking hand in hand again. It's the prayers of the people who love us that we don't even know love us, don't even know that they're praying for us, and don't even know that they even pray. Those are the prayers God loves the most because they're true, they're authentic, and they're heard the loudest. And those prayers will get answered because when you're praying for somebody that you don't even like fuck with, like I mean, like you're not in their life, but there was something about them that you may have only met them one time, but they left a lasting impression on you, and there was something about them that you knew that person had fought the struggle. They were fighting the struggle, some kind of struggle, the day that you encountered them, and there's just something about them that you wanted them to win. So even though you haven't seen them since, you probably don't even remember their name, but you're still like on your knees every night and you're like, hey, and by the way, God, remember that dude that you brought into my life, that woman you brought in my life? You know I don't know their name, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, please be with them tonight. Please give them shelter. Please give them food. Please give them the faith and the hope and the drive and the will to carry on, because I know that person's going to change someone's life one day. That person's needed in this world. And I really, with all my heart, I want you to be with them. That, my friend, is a prayer that gets answered instantaneously. God sends the angels out right away. Because that's true love. And I mean, that's the way we all should be for each and every one of us. And I know there's not one of us that can really do it. But if we could all be like that, imagine how awesome this world would be. I think someone is homeless, actually. Someone could still earn their wings because they're destined to be an earth angel. They're destined to be a beacon of light. But because they got lost and they're operating out of the shadow, they're kind of right now, they're like a fallen angel. And they're homeless. Probably haven't taken a bath in a couple days or a little while. Clothes are kind of dirty and dingy. Probably sleeping in their car if they've got one. Life path 5 can be significant for someone. Someone could like bowling. But do you see how this person is struggling between their light and their dark, but he's holding on to the light. And I mean, the dark is just sitting on there and he's like waiting for it to like fall off. This person is no longer trying to hold on to the shadow side, to the dark self. They're holding on to the light now. They are trying to get in alignment with God. But when you've walked in your shadow for that long, your demons don't want to let go of you any more than you wanted to let go of them. And when you dance with demons for years upon years, I mean, it ain't an overnight thing. Anyone that's had addiction knows that's a day in, day out battle for the rest of your life. And those demons, they will not let go. You gotta have God deliver your ass. Someone could be born on the 14th of the month. Someone could have been struggling with addiction for 14 years. And somebody else is going to be celebrating 14 years of sobriety either this week or this month. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. And I can't wait till the day I could say I've got 14 years of sobriety. Because that shit ain't, it ain't easy. I started, my walk's been hard. First time I got molested, I was still in diapers. So the devil's been fighting me since day one. And my addiction started when I was 13. And literally, I just had a relapse not too long ago. So I'm getting better, but I'm still in that light and dark. I'm not the King of Swords that I'm talking about here, but I'm still walking that. I don't go out looking for it anymore, but if it happens to find me, I'm having a hard time saying no. I can't say no, but there's still sometimes when, if the package is pretty enough, the devil comes wrapped in that fucking pretty little shiny box. I still have moments where I'll fucking say yes. And usually, that's when the shiny little box comes wrapped as a gorgeous black man in dreads. We all have our temptation. The devil knows how to get all of us. He knows exactly what we're going to fall for, and that's the package he brings the temptation in. Somebody has got a tattoo on their left shoulder. Somebody's life past 6. Somebody's born June 14th, August 6th. Someone's name is Tina. Someone's name is Brock. Someone's name is Tyrone. And someone has just closed out a cycle with someone that they loved with all their heart, but they just knew was never going to get right. And either they're in the process of fully closing it up now, wrapping it up, or they just did, and all their dreams are about to come true. And they're finally going to get one that not only looks good on the outside, but is good on the inside. And he's going to finally be the protector. And it's going to finally love this person with the love that this person always deserved and always dreamed of. But they just never seemed to be able to find it because they were too busy with shiny object syndrome. And it took them 40 years to realize that everything that glitters isn't gold. Well, they finally passed their test, and they're finally going to get real, genuine, solid gold. Capricorn can be significant. Aquarius, Gemini. That somebody is finally getting their emperor, or someone's finally stepping into their emperor power, and they're going to get their empress. Take it how it resonates. But victory is yours. It could be that person I just congratulated on 14 years of sobriety. That somebody is literally hours away from that breakthrough of that door opening, God opening that door, and then walking through, and everything they've ever hoped and prayed for and dreamed of is right on the other side of that door. And this emperor, this empress, this true love companion is going to be on the other side of the door with their hand out. So they're going to take their hand and they're going to lead them into the promised land. Wish fulfillment. Everything you've ever dreamed of since you were a little child is just around the river bend. Just around the river bend. You might even dye your hair blue. But you're definitely going to know that a moment like this, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Well, this moment's for a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. And that's so crazy because ever since the beginning of the reading, it's been Capricorn and Sagittarius has been hardcore. And Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn and Sagittarius. Praying the algorithm on YouTube finds your channel on YouTube. Ah, thank you so much. God bless you. And you can help that flow of those algorithms just by sharing it on any other social platform you might have. But that would mean the world to me if you did. Everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, I worked really hard on this channel, and God, I mean, I've made a lot of headway in the last couple of months, and I'm very thankful and grateful to God and to all my supporters, my subscribers, to anyone that donates. Thanks again to the person that donated just a couple minutes ago. Everything helps. I'm healing just as my videos are, and the energy is fluid. Positive that we throw out comes back, but it works both ways. The negative that you throw out comes back too. So the more we help each other to stay positive, the better this world's going to be. And justice for all. Someone's been working on a creative project, which is kind of funny considering what we're just talking about, but and they're about to have the breakthrough that they've been waiting for. Someone's platform is either about to blow up, go viral, or someone's about to their candle business is about to take off. Like they're about to really become the next Etsy or Itsy or the next Yankee Candle. Somebody started as an entrepreneur. They just gotten their shit together, and they're just getting started out, but their business is going to take off faster than they thought it was going to. Someone's favorite color is orange. Somebody's in their places in or their area in the house where they meditate. They sit on a beanbag chair to meditate. Somebody could be African American because I got two African American women and an African American man right there, all touching each other. So there's definitely somebody about. I don't like African American. I mean, that's kind of just redundant. At this point, you're American. So a heavy melanated American. Somebody's black, okay? I'm sorry. Somebody's black. But they started out in the gutter and they literally are now, they're sitting on a throne and they don't even realize it yet. But God's about to show up for them. And the way God's going to show up, this person is going to realize they've always been royalty and they will always be royalty. Even if they were in the street gutter begging for change when they were born, they were royalty then, and they're going to die royalty, but they're going to die sitting on the throne. Somebody's favorite color is turquoise. Somebody's name is Henry. Somebody's going to get some news today. Somebody's breakthrough is today. Literally, someone's coming to your house with a contract. Someone's going to call you. They're going to text you. You're going to get an email. But literally, God's showing it for them today. Friday, November, is it the 18th or the 17th? Friday, November 17th is somebody's day. Their breakthrough is happening today. Mark my words. And if you're the one that gets the breakthrough, leave a comment. Somebody finally overcame all that negative conflict that they were conditioned by in their childhood. Someone came from a very karmic family. More likely, they're a curse breaker. And they've been fighting since day one. They finally have let it all go. And they finally seen the light of God. And they're not going to give up until they get it. But all this conflict, all this bullshit, all this drama, negative bullshit, it's all behind them now. Yeah, there's still some things they're healing. There's still some habits or maybe some choice words that they shouldn't be using that they're working on. But they don't entertain it anymore. If they feel negative energy or they see conflict, they turn and walk away from the drama. They don't entertain it. They don't involve themselves in it. And they sure as hell don't fucking go looking for it. When they feel someone's trying to steal their energy, trying to lie to them, trying to deceive them, they run away. Feathers is significant for somebody. Black feathers. You could have been seeing them recently, or you're going to see them like either today or somewhere in the next couple of days, and you're going to think about me saying that. Someone's spirit animal is a bird. Could be a raven, could be a crow, could be an eagle. Somebody could be a life past 7. Somebody, they completed the transformation in Scorpio season, right on time. How beautiful is that? But the old person has died and the new person has been born. Someone has completed the transformation. And through their faith, their strength, and their absolute refusal to give up, someone's about to be happier than they've ever been. They're not even going to know how to look at them. They're not even going to recognize themselves in the mirror. Yeah. This could be a man or a woman, but somebody just stepped into the emperor. There is an emperor and an empress that have both just stepped into their power. They've taken the blindfold off. They're no longer allowing people to get inside their head and fool them and cause them to make ignorant choices, very life-changing, life-altering choices based upon lies, drama. They are never, ever again going to let someone else tell them what's best for them, because they have actually heard from God himself who they are, where they're going, what they were meant to accomplish in this life, and how much they are loved. And that's the voice they're going to listen to for the rest of their life. Somebody could be a Taurus. February 5th is significant. Someone's a life path 7. Life path 3. August 9th is significant. But someone, even though their transformation is complete, God just impregnated this person. So whatever they got going on and the breakthrough they're about to get, what God just put inside them and is now in the incubation period, that idea, when they deliver that one to the World Wide Web or the world stage, it's going to give a new meaning to breakthrough. This person, what they've got going on now in their physical world, that's candy. That's child's play compared to what God just put inside them. Can't make it up. God just planted some seeds inside of you. And when these seeds sprout, it's probably going to be something you've never even got into before. Say you're an artist, say you're a singer, you're a dancer, you're an actor, performing artist. All these seeds right here got nothing to do with the arts. When these sprout, you might become the president of the United States type. I mean, that's how different night and day it's going to be. But you're going to be just as anointed and just as gifted in whatever these seeds become as what you've always been doing. What you're doing right now, yes, there's anointing on that project. There's an anointing on that business. It is blessed by God. It is going to be fruitful. But that's the gifts you were born with. These gifts were just bestowed on you as a reward for completing your transformation and not turning back to the old you, actually going through the gate and getting the healing and becoming the butterfly. When these come to fruition, when these sprout, you're going to have a gift that's going to scare you, because for one, it's something you've never ever, you have no experience with this gift, but because you're anointed and God gave it to you as a gift and gave it to you as a reward, you're going to learn very quickly how to use it and how to make it shine God's light, and for it to really serve the purpose and the reason that God gave it to you. So don't let it scare you. Like, if you're not a public speaker, if you're not whatever it is, you have no experience with it. You don't know how to be this person. But once it takes over, you're going to be able to learn. You're going to be able to step into that new skin very quickly, and you're going to be very anointed and very blessed and very successful and fruitful with whatever these turn out to be. No more burdens. All your burdens, you've laid them down, and that sunshine is not that sun is not going to go down on you. You are going to be in the light forevermore. You're going to be happier than you've ever been. The people around you, just because they're in your presence, are going to be happy. Like that heartbreak will never, ever, ever haunt. You will never, ever feel pain like you've felt your entire life. It's one of the rewards of the walk that you've had to walk. You've had to walk one of the hardest walks that anyone's besides Jesus. Jesus had the hardest one, but outside of him, you've had to walk one of the hardest walks anyone in the history of the world has had to walk. And literally every day, stand there since you were born, you have felt heartbreak. You've never been whole. Your heart's never been won. It's a new day. You will never know pain like this ever again. And I really do believe whoever I'm speaking to, you're going to live to be like 100 years old. You're going to have a long life. And you will never know another heartbreak like you've known up until this point. I'm not playing. That sun is never going to set on you. People that, like, at every point in your life up until now, people that just looked at you and just gave you that death stare, gave you that evil eye, like, for whatever reason, they'd never even spoken to you, but they just gave you that energy if they wanted you to die, or they just couldn't even stand the way that you looked. Those kind of people will now offer to buy you coffee, will now offer to walk you across the street or carry your groceries or whatever. God has blessed you in a way that you haven't even begun to see the rewards of the blessing that has been bestowed upon you. There is no more. People are going to treat you the way you should have been treated your whole life. And it's going to be perfect strangers that confirmation. But it's going to be perfect strangers that do it. You might have to walk away from family. Like, I know it's hard, but there's just something about people who knew you when you were unhealed that they'll just never give you the respect that you deserve because they liked the unhealed version of you. And they're going to spend every ounce of energy they can in order to break you again, so that they can have that version of you that they can control and use. But perfect strangers are going to treat you like a king or a queen. And there's somebody who they slept on you, they turned their back on you because God hid their worth. God hid your worth from them because this person had some shit going on that they would have dragged you down if God wouldn't have separated you guys. But God has now allowed them to see your worth, and this person's realizing how big of a mistake they've made. You were the best thing that God had ever blessed. You were the blessing for them. And they know it now beyond the shadow of a doubt. And their ass is running back to you. They'll get on that motorcycle and they're gonna put the pedal to the metal. And they're not gonna stop until they get to see you, until they get to speak to you again, until they get to tell you they're sorry and see if there's any chance that you guys could try and rekindle what you had. Because what you guys had was very special. It was, God did bring you guys together to help you guys cry. You guys did help each other heal until whatever was that helped you pull apart. But it's because one of you, this one, was wearing a mask. They weren't as woke as they were telling you that they were. But they were very good because they are anointed by God. They have a big calling on their life, and they are very blessed and gifted by God as well. And one of their gifts is being able to shapeshift, or they know how to manipulate energy. So the energy that you thought was authentic was actually your energy just being projected at you because this person knew how to do it. And whether they knew or they were doing it or not, I think they did. But it wasn't that they were trying to be deceptive or they were trying to deceive you. It's just they really admired you. They admired your energy. They really wanted to be like you. And they didn't know how to transform from within, but they knew how to copy you or to manipulate your energy and project it back to you so that you would think that you guys were vibrating on the same frequency when you really weren't. That's one of the reasons God separated you, is because this person had to learn how to go in, do the work, and actually authentically vibrate from the same frequency that you were so that you guys could come together and make magic happen. And when the separation happened the way it happened, this person juggled with their dark and their light, and the dark won for a little while. But God has cracked open their heart chakra again, and it's one of the reasons why they can now see you for who you truly are and how valuable you really are. It's either that epiphany that cracked their heart open, or by God giving them the gift of cracking their heart chakra open, that's what made them see you for who you really are and made them see who you were for them. They're coming back in, and they really want to do it right this time. You got to keep your boundaries up, though, and you got to take it slow. For one, you deserve a slow love, a real love, a genuine love, an authentic love that's slow and flows naturally, and that builds each of you. It's a two-way street, and it builds slowly, but it builds unbreakable. I mean, when you guys build this bond, if you so choose to, no one will be able to break it. You will never be separated again. As long as you trust each other, you respect each other's boundaries, and you help each other build. As long as you guys are hand in hand in one accord, you guys will spend the rest of your lives together, and that bond will never be broken. Even death can't even break the bond that you guys will build. It's one of the gifts that God wanted to give you, because you guys have both known extreme devastation. You guys have really both had the end of the stick from day one, and God knows that. But He did it on purpose because He knew who He created you to be. You guys are both badass spiritual warriors. But in order to be a badass warrior, you got you gotta fight for it. You can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm a warrior. I'm a lawyer. you got to build it. You got to go through boot camp. You got spiritual boot camp. And because of the calling and the anointing that God had given you, the spiritual boot camp that you had to go through was 40 years long. But now you are a warrior that even Satan himself is afraid to mess with. And the two of you guys together, a force to be reckoned with. Nah, a force that can't be reckoned with. Whoever the messenger says, just get ready. Life is never going to be the same again, and you're going to love it. You're going to love yourself in a way you've never loved yourself. You're going to love people in a way you've never loved people, and you're going to love God in a way that you've never loved God. Love is your new name. See you guys in the next video.